Let's pray. Father in heaven, thank you for a successful run and now closing night. We pray for these young people that you would encourage them and strengthen the gifts you've given them and keep them safe. Help them remember lines and cues, blocking and all that. And we pray that this might actually be fun, that we would enjoy your good gifts and give thanks to you. We pray in Jesus' name. Everyone said, Amen. The play is Shakespeare. That means we cannot understand it at all and all go home, right? The fact that you're here means either you can't understand Shakespeare or somebody twisted your arm and said, your nephew is going to be in the play, you really ought to. Let me encourage you. Even if you don't follow every single line, I think you're going to have a lot of fun. I won't build it up so there's no comparisons, but it's lighthearted. The basic idea is the prince has been fighting victoriously and come home from battle with his rebellious sister who's been leading the rival army in tow. And they're coming to a nice, relaxed place where men have been going for a long time and there are a lot of women. You can figure out how that's going to go. So everything should work out fine as everyone just relaxes, but there's a snake in the garden. The rebellious sister is looking for an opportunity to cause trouble. And the title gives a hint, much ado about nothing. Nothing in older English was pronounced noting, which was a synonym for eavesdropping. You half hear something. Now, as good Christians, we know we have heard something. If it's important, first of all, we just shut our mouths and don't eat it. That'd be great. But sometimes it's important, so we go and check it. Did you really say? No, I didn't. Who said I did? Well, the villain over here. And you believed her? Oh. And there would be no play. So our characters keep believing all of the gossip, all the eavesdropping, and it steamrolls into something that could be horrible, except this is a comedy. So it all gets figured out with the help of some buffoons along the way. And like all good comedies, it ends well. You can probably figure out how it has to end. We trust our actors are clear. Their body motion and such, the emotion they generate should communicate the direction of the play. So if you don't get every single thing, or if they stumble over an older Elizabethan word, I think you're going to be fine. Please show proper respect and attention. Our actors have worked really hard, and it's easier to enjoy the play if you keep your head in the game and actually watch the story. And watch everything. Watch the background actors. Theater is not just a few people memorizing lines and standing up here and repeating them. It's living in another world for a little time and trying to convince you to join them. And so, fine attention to fine detail. See if we pulled it off. And afterwards, if you can shake a hand with the actors and actresses and say, hey, I saw you do that, that was really cool. That is so encouraging for young teenagers who are getting their graduation and want to know that people notice them and they've done something good. This has been really hard work. They've done a great job. And their faith is in Jesus. And let me address that just for a second. This is a Christian school. Why are you doing theater? Who created storytelling? How often do we speak of the drama of redemption? This is a story where, as I said, there's a snake in the garden. That's not an accidental phrase. And it leads, apparently, I'm going to give a little bit away here, apparently to the death of the bride, who needs now to have her sins wiped away and be resurrected and marry the hero. Except her name's Hero. Think about it. The Christian imagery is very rich. And the moral problems that our characters face are very real. They're the ones we face. Will I believe a lie about my best friend? Will I tell the truth when it may cost me something? Will I lie if someone pays me enough money? These are common moral problems. And they're a way to look at them from the outside, from a Christian point of view, without having to live through the daily drama we call life. So appreciate drama and theater for what it is. It's going to be a wonderful thing. So let's move on. One thing we've done for years and years and years and years is to what in Hollywood they call warming up the audience. It's very simple. As they need to break through their shells and be loud and talk to you, it would help if you could practice a little response time here. So I'm going to ask you to do something very uncomfortable that you never ever want to do. It's called laugh bait. I want to see if you can laugh on command. We asked them to cry and laugh on command. Let's see if you can match them. So on 1, 2, 3, I'm going to count. And some belly laughs, some soprano, and some general would be good. So see what you can do. 1, 2, 3. That was pretty good, and I would be content with that. But when I say, let's try it one more time, that's the cue to come on stage. So, let's try it one more time with a little more sincerity this time. 1, 2, 3. All right, very good. Thank you. You're going to be a great audience, ladies and gentlemen. What you do about nothing.
No more, ladies. Sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. 1 foot in sea and 1 on shore. Amen. To one thing constant, never. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be life and body. Converting all your sounds of woe into hey, naughty, naughty. Sing no more ditties, sing no more of dumps, dull and heavy. The fraud of men was ever so, since summer first was levied. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be life and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey, naughty, naughty.
I learn in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many men have you lost in this action?
But few of any sorts, and none of nay.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I find here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his years, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Senor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Senor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in the wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killings.
Faith, niece, you taxed Senor Benedict too much, but he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You had musty victual, and he hath hollowed to eat it. He's a very valiant trencherman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier, too, lady.
And a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, and a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtue.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. And for the stuffing, well, where, old mortal?
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt Senor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of words between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting on. That was the whole man governed but with one. Who is his companion? For every month he has a new sworn brother.
It's possible.
Very easily possible. He wears his faith, but it's the fashion of his hat. and ever changing with the next block.
I see, lady, the gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my steady. But who is his companion? Is there no young squire now willing to take the voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
He will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he have caught the Benedict, it will take him 1,000 pounds ere he be cured.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till hot January.
Don Pedro is approached.
Good, Signor Leonato! Are you come to meet your trouble? The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace. For trouble being gone, comfort should abide. But when you depart from me, sorrow abides, and happiness takes his leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I think this is your daughter?
Her mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Signor Benedict, no! For then you were a child.
You have it full, Benedict. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders. For all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die when she is such meat food and feed it? Signor Benedict, courtesy itself must turn to disdain if you come in her
Then
presence.
is courtesy a turncoat, for it is certain I am loved of all ladies. Only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to woman. Else there be trouble with the pernicious suitor. I thank God in my cold blood I'm of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other should scape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse. And twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of mine tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my course at the speed of your tongue is so good a continuer, but keep your way. In God's name I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you are bold.
That is the sum of all, Leonato. Signor Benedict, Signor Claudio, my dear friend Leonato hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay at the least a month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he is no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. I must bid you welcome, my lady. Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please it your grace to lead on.
Your hand, Leonato, we will go together.
Benedict, didst thou know the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should for my simple true judgment, or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
Nay, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks her too low for high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation can I afford her, that were she other than as she is, she were unhandsome, but being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou big design in sports. Tell me how thou truly likest her.
Would you buy her, that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into.
In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady I ever looked upon.
I can see, yet without spectacles, that I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and were she not possessed with a fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intention to turn husband. Have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Is it come to this? Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you followed not to Leonato's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear, Count Claudio, I can be as secret as a dumb man. I would have you think so, but on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that's your grace's part. Mark how short his... with Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
If it were so it were uttered.
Like the old tale, my lord, it is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid it should be so.
If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Amen! If you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, Lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two-face and trust, my lord, I spoke mine.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will dine it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the despite of beauty.
And never could maintain his part, but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But all women shall pardon me, because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any. I do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, to the which I may go the finer. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee ere I die look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love. Prove that ever I lose more blood with love than I get again with drinking. Pluck out mine eyes and hang me up for the sign of blind Cupid.
Well, if thou dost ever fall from this faith, thou wilt prove a notable argument.
If I do, hang me up in a bottle like a cat and shoot at me.
Well, as time shall try, in time, the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
Savage bull may, but if ever the sensible Benedict bear it, pluck out the bull's horns and set them in my forehead. Let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they write, here is good horse for hire, and let them signify under my sign, here you may see Benedict the married man.
Well, you will temporize with the hours. In the meantime, Signor Benedict, repair to Leonato's, commend me to him, and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an episode, and so I commit to you
To the tuition of God, from my house, if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend, Benedict.
Nay, mock not, ere you flout old ends any further, examine your conscience. And so I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach. Teach it but how, and thou wilt see how apt it is to learn any hard lesson that may do thee good.
Hath Leonato any son, my lord?
No child but Hero, she's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
My lord, when you went onward in this ended action, I looked on her with a soldier's eye, that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than driving liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant. From their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I loved her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hearer with the book of words. If thou dost love, fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her. Wast not to this end that thou beganst to twist so fine a story?
How sweetly you do minister to love, that no loves grief by its complexion. But lest my liking too sudden seem, I would have stopped it with a longer treatise.
What need the bridge, much broader than the flood? The fairest grant is the necessity. And look what will serve as fit. 'Tis once thou lovest, and I will fit thee with the remedy. I know we shall have revelry tonight, and I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force, and strong encounter my amorous tale. Then, after to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it presently.
How now, brother?
Brother, I can tell you strange news you yet dreamt not of.
Are they good?
They have a good cover. They show well outward. The Prince and Count Claudio, walking in mine orchard, were thus much overheard by a man of mine. The Prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it to her this night in a dance. And if he found her accordant, he meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break with you of it.
Hath the fellow any wit that told you of this?
A good sharp fellow.
I will acquaint my daughter withal, that she may be better prepared for an answer, if peradventure this be true.
What's the good here, my lady? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breathes. Therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason,
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
if not a present remedy, at least a patient suffers.
I cannot hide what I am. I must be silent when I have cause and smile at no man's jests. Eat when I have stomach and wait on no man's danger. Sleep when I am drowsy and intent on no man's business. Laugh when I am merry and call no man in his humor.
Yea, but you must not make the full show of this. You may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace where it is impossible you should take truth by the fair weather you make yourself. It is needful that you frame this season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. I cannot be said to be a flattering, honest woman. It must not be denied. But I am a plain dealing villain. I have been trusted with the muzzle. Therefore I have decreed not to sing in my cage. But if I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my life. In the meantime, let me be what I am and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make all use of it, for I use it only. What news brought you?
I came yonder from a great supper. The prince, your brother, is being royally entertained by Leonardo, and I have intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite Claudio,
Even he.
a proper squire. And who? Which way looks he?
Mary, on Hero, the daughter and heir to Leonardo.
A very forward march chick.
Heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero to himself, and having obtained her, give her over to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory in my overthrow. If I can cross him anyway, I bless myself every way. You two are both sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lady.
Let us to the great banquet.
Was not the Lady Joan here at supper? I saw her not.
How tartly that gentlewoman looks. I could never see her, but I'm heartburned an hour after.
She is of a very melancholy disposition.
You were excellent man that were made in the midway between her and Benedict. The one is too like an image and says nothing, and the other is too like my lady's eldest son, ever tattling.
Then have Signor Benedict's tongue in the lady's mouth, and have her melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and enough money in his purse. Such a man could win any woman in the world, if he had her good will.
By my troth, you will never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed.
Too cursed is more than cursed. How lessons God send him that way? For it is said, God sends a cursed cow short horns, but to a cow too cursed he sends none.
So, by being too cursed, God will send you no horns?
Just, if he send me no husband, for which blessing I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. I could not endure a man with a beard. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
What would I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my gentle waiting woman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth, he is not for me. And he that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore I will even take sixpence in earnest of the bare word, and lead his apes into hell.
Well then. Go you into hell.
No, but to the gates. And there will the devil meet me and say, Get ye to heaven, Beatrice, get ye to heaven. Here's no place for you maids. So deliver I up my apes and away to St. Peter, for the heavens. He shows me where the bachelors sit, and there we will live as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, faith. It is my cousin's duty to curtsy and say, Father, as it please you. But for all of that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, lest you curtsy again and say, Father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make man out of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overruled by a piece of valiant dust? To make account of her life to wad wayward marl? No, uncle, I'll not. For Adam's sons are my brethren, and truly I hold a sin to match in my kindred.
Daughter, Remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if he be not wooed in good time. If the prince be too important, tell him there is measure in everything, and so dance it out.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
Have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
Make the
I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so?
When I like your favor, for God defend the loop should be like the case.
My visor is Philemon's roof. Within the house is Jove.
Why then, your visor should be that.
Speak low if you speak love.
I know you well enough. You're Signor Antonio.
Add a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you true, I counterfeit him.
You could never do him so ill well unless you were the very man. Here's his dry hand up and down. You are he. You are he.
Add a word, I am not.
Come, come. Do you think I don't know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to, Mum. You are he. Graces will appear and there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you tell me who you are?
Oh, yeah.
That I was disdainful and had my good wits out of the 100 merry tales. Well, it was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I. Believe me.
He never make you laugh?
I pray you, what is he?
Why, he's the prince's jester. A very dull fool. His only gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him. I'm sure he's in the fleet. I would he had boarded me.
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Do. He'll but break a comparison or two on me, which, peradventure not marked and not laughed at, will strike him into melancholy. And then will there be a partridge wing saved, for the fool will eat no supper. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Thank you.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedict?
You know me well. I am he.
Signor, you are very near my brother with love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you dissuade him of her. She is of no equal birth, and you may do the part of an honest man in it.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
So did I too. And he swore he would marry her tonight.
Let us to the supper.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict, but hear this ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the prince woos for himself. Friendship is a constant in all things, save the office and affairs of love. Therefore all hearts in love use their own tongues. Let every eye negotiate for itself, and trust no agent. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio,
Yea, the same.
come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even about your own business, County. And what fashion will you wear the garland of? Around your neck? Like a usurer's chain, or under your arm? Like a lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way, for the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
What, did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Oh, now, you strike like the blind man. 'Twas the boy that stole your meat, and you'll beat the post.
If it will not be, I will leave you.
Alas, poor herd foul, now will he creep into sedges. But that my lady Beatrice, sure to know me, yet not know me, the princess fool. Ha! It may be I go under that title because I am married. Yea, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that fits the world into her person, and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged of her as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
I found him here, melancholy. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace hath got the goodwill of this young lady, and I offered him my company, even about the willow tree, to fashion him a garland as being forsaken, or to bind him up a rod as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped? What's his fault?
The flat transgression of a schoolboy who, being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, gives it to his friend, and he steals it.
Wilt thou make trust a transgression? The transgression is in the stealer.
Yea, but it had not been amiss that both the rod and the garland had been made, for the garland he might have worn himself, and the rod he might have bestowed on you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
Oh! I will but teach them to sing and restore them to the owner.
If they're singing as you're saying, by my faith, you say honestly.
The lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her that she is much wronged by you.
She misused me! Past the endurance of a block, and oh, but with what? Greenleaf on it would have answered her. My very visor began to assume life and scold with her. She told me, not thinking that I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester. That I was duller than a great thaw. She speaks poignards, and every word stabs. Come, talk not of her. I would some scholar would run. For surely while she is here, a man may live as quiet in hell as in a sanctuary, and people sin upon purpose because they would go thither. For surely all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Look! Here she comes!
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand to the antipodes that you can devise to send me on. Fetch you a toothpicker from the furthest inch of Asia. Bring the length of Prester John's foot. Fetch you a hair off the great Sham's beard. Do you any embassage to the pygmies, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy? You have no employment for me?
None but to desire your good company.
Sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You've lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Yea, my lord. He lent it to me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for a single one. Married once before, he wanted to be with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I've lost it.
You've put him down, lady. You've put him down.
So would I not he should do me, my lord, lest I prove the mother of fools. I brought Count Claudio, of whom you have sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then?
Sick? Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad nor sick, nor merry nor well, but Seville, Count. Seville as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think your blazon to be true. Though all be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is one. I have broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of the marriage, and God give you joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and all grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, you are mine as I am yours. I give myself away for you, and dote upon the exchange.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord, I thank it. He keeps on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Thus goes everyone into the world but I. I may sit in a corner and cry, hey ho for a husband.
Lady Beatrice, I will get you one.
I'd rather have one of your fathers get it. Hath your grace near a brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands, if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace pardon me, for I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Your silence most offends me, and to be merry best becomes you. For at a question you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord. My mother cried. But then was there a star dance, and under that was I born. Cousins, God give you joy.
Beatrice, will you look to those things which I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady.
There's none of the melancholy element in her, my lord. She is never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then, for my daughter says she has often dreamt of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
She cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
By no means, my lord. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
My lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love hath all his rights.
Not till Monday, my dear boy. Which is hence a just 7 night. And a time to breathe, too, to have all things answer my mind.
Come, you shake the head at so long a breathing. But I warrant thee, Claudio, the time will not go dully by us. And I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Lady Beatrice and Signor Benedict into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord. Tell my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. Thus far can I praise him. He is of approved valor, a noble strain, confirmed honesty. I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your 2 helps, will so practice on Benedict that, despite his quick wit and his squeezy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods! Go with me, and I will tell you my trick.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato.
Yea, my lady, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, my lady, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I believe I told your ladyship a year since how much I am in favor of Margaret, Lady Hero's waiting gentlewoman.
I remember.
I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
What's life isn't that, to be the death of this marriage?
The poison of that lies in you to temper. Go then to the prince your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation you do mightily hold up to a contaminated stale. Such a one as Hero.
What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, undo Hero, and kill Leonato. Look you for any other issue?
Only to despite them, I will endeavor anything.
Go then, find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them that you know that Hero loves me. Intend a kind of zeal, both to the prince and your brother, as in love of your brother's honor, who hath made this match, and his friend's reputation, who is thus like to be cozened by the semblance of a maid, which you have discovered this. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instance, which shall bear no less in the likelihood than to see me at her lady's chamber window, hear me term Margaret Hero, hear Margaret term me Borachio. Bring them to this the very night before the intended wedding. For, in the meantime, I will so fashion that Hero will be absent and there shall appear such seeming truth of heroes' disloyalty, that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all preparation overthrown.
Grow this to what adverse issue it may, I will put it in practice. Be ye cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Be you constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame me.
I will presently go learn the day of marriage.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, becomes the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. Such a man is Claudio. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. But now, his words are a very fantastical banquet. Can I be so converted to see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look upon her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse. An excellent musician. And her hair shall be whatever color please God. Look, the prince and master love. I will hide me in the arbor.
How still the evening is.
See you where Benedict hath hid himself?
Oh, aye, my lord.
Leonato, what was it you told me of today? That your niece, Beatrice, was in love with Signor Benedict!
Oh, aye! Stalk on, the foul sits. I never did think that lady would have loved any man. No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, Lord, I cannot tell but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Counterfeit? Never came counterfeit of passion so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
How? How, I pray you? You amaze me! I would have thought her spirit had been invincible against all assaults of affection.
So would I, my lord, especially against Benedict.
Yeah, taken the infection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
So, 'tis true indeed, so your daughter says. Shall I, says she, that have so oft encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him,
This she says now when she is beginning to write to him. For she'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock till she have writ a sheet of paper.
Now you speak of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
Oh, when she had writ and was reading it over, she found Benedict and Beatrice between the sheet.
That.
Oh, she tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence, and railed at herself that she should be so immodest to write to one she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ to me. Yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so. And the ecstasy hath so much overborne her that my daughter is sometimes afeard she will do a desperate outrage to herself. 'Tis very true.
It were good that Benedict knew of it by some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end, my lord? He would make but a sport of it, and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should. It were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict. I would she had bestowed this dotage on me. I would have daffed all other respects and made her half myself. I pray you, tell Benedict of it and hear what he will say.
Were it good, think you?
Hero thinks surely she will die. For she says she will die if he love her not. And she will die ere she make her love known. And she will die if he woo her, rather than make one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God and in my mind very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks which are like wit. Well, I'm sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. Let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy of so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner's ready.
If he goes not upon her after this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let there be the same net spread for her that must your daughter and her gentle woman carry. The sport will be when they hold one in opinion of another's dotage, and no such matter. That's the scene that I would see. Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me. Why? It must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I should bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say also that she would rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that can hear their distractions and put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis the truth, I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis the truth, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me. But by my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument to her folly, for I shall be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, having railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? That a man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets from the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No, the world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Look, here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
My will, I am sent to bid you come to dinner.
Sweet Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you took to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure then in the message.
Yea, Signor, as much as you may take upon a knife's point. You have no stomach, Signor. Fare ye well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains of those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much as say any pains I take for you are as easy as thanks. If I do not pity her, I am a villain. I will go get her picture.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There wilt thou find my cousin Beatrice. Whisper in her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardest us, and bid her steal into the peach bower. There will she hide her to listen our purpose. This is thy office. Barely rail on it and leave us alone. I'll make her come. I warn you presently. Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than any man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice. Of this matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made, that only wounds by hearsay. Now begin, for look where Beatrice like a labyrinth runs, close to the ground to hear our conference. The pleasantest angling is to see the fish, cut with her golden oars the silver stream, and greedily devour the treacherous bait. So angle we for Beatrice, who even now is couched in the woodbine coverture. Fear you not my part of the dialogue. Then go we near her, that her ear lose nothing of the false sweet bait you lay for it. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock. But are you sure That Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince, and my betrothed lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them that if they loved Benedict, to let him wrestle with affection, and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as full a fortune in a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Oh, God of love, I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man. But nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on. Her wit values itself so highly that to her, all matter else seems weak. She cannot love. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she'll make sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured. But she would spell him backwards. If fair-faced, she would swear the gentleman should be her sister. If black, why, nature drawing of an antic made a foul blot. If speaking, why, a vein blown with all winds. If silent, why, a block moved with none. So turns she every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which sinfulness and merit purchase them.
Sure. Such carping is not commendable.
No, not to be so odd, and from all fashions as Beatrice is, cannot be commendable. But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air, laugh me out of myself, caress me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. It were a better death than to die with mocks, which is as bad as to die with tickling.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No, rather, I will go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she's prized to have, as her view so rare, a gentleman, as Signor Benedict.
Indeed, he is the only man in Italy, always except my dear Claudio.
Signor Benedict, for shape, for bearing, argument, and valor, goes foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence did earn it ere he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day. Tomorrow. Come, go in.
She's lying, I warned you. We have caught her.
If it proves so, then loving goes by halves. Some cupids kill with arrows, some with traps.
Fires in mine ears! Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell, and man pride adieu. No glory lives behind the backs of such. And Benedict, love on, I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to tie our loves up in a holy band. Others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it, better than reportingly.
I do but stay till your marriage be consummate, then go I toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord.
Nay, I will only be bold with Benedict for his company. For from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot, he is all worth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him. He's a heart as sound as a bell. Bong!
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
I hope he be in love.
Hang him, truant! There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have a toothache.
Draw it!
Hang it! Ow!
What? Sigh for the toothache?
Well, everyone can master a grief but he that has it.
Yet say I, he is in love. If he be not in love with some woman, there is no believing old signs.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Yea, or to, paint himself? Conclude, he is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
That would I know too, I warrant. One that knows him not.
Yeah, and his ill conditions, and despite of all dies for him.
Yet is this no charm for a toothache? Old Senor, walk aside with me. I have 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you that these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice, and then the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
My lord and brother,
Good evening, sister.
I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would say concerns me.
What's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow?
You know he does.
I know not that, when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter. For my brother, I think he holds you well, hath hoped to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely suit ill spent, and labor ill bestowed.
Why? What's the matter?
I came hither to tell you, and circumstances shortened, for she has been too long a talking of the lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal.
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse. Think you of a worse title, and I will fit her to it. Wonder not till further warrant. Come but with me tonight, and you shall see her chamber window enter, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her, but it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
I will not think it.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will follow me, I will show you enough, and when you have seen more and heard more, proceed accordingly.
If I see any reason tonight why I should not wed her, tomorrow in the congregation where I should marry, there will I shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no further till you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
O day untowardly turned.
O mischief strangely thwarted.
O plague, right well prevented. So shall you say when you have seen the sequel.
good men and true.
Yea! Or else you were pitied, but they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay! That were a punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being chosen for the princes. Watch.
Well, give them your charge, neighbor Dogberry. First,
Who think you the most deserveless man to be constable of the watch?
You okay, sir, or George Seacle, for they can write and read.
Come hither, neighbor Seacle. God hath blessed you with a good name. To be a well-favored man is a gift of fortune. But to write and read, that comes by nature.
Both which, Master Constable?
You have? I knew it would be your answer! Why welcome your favors, or why give God thanks, and make no boast of it. And for your writing and reading, let that appear when there's no need. Such vanity. You are thought here to be the most senseless and fit man or constable. Watch. Therefore bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You are to comprehend all vigor men, and bid all men stand in the princes' name.
How if you will not stand?
Why then? Take no note of him, but let him go, and presently call the rest of the watch together.
if you will not stand when he is bidden, he has none of the prince's subjects.
True, and there to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. Ah! You shall make no noise in the streets, for the watch to talk and to babble is most tolerable, and not to be endured.
I'd rather sleep than talk. We, know what belongs to a watch.
Why, you think like an ancient and most wise watchman. For I could not see how sleeping should offend. Only I could hear that your bills is not stolen. Well, you are to call at all the alehouses, and bid those that are drunk.
How if they will not?
Why then let them alone, till they are sober. And if they make you not the better answer, you may say, they're not the men you took them for!
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man, and for such kinds of men, why the less would you make or meddle, why the more is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly by your office you may, but I think they that touch him they that touch which will be defiled. Truly, the most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he truly is, and then steal out of your company.
You have been always called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I will not hang a dog by my will, much more any man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call the nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why then depart in peace, and let the child wake her with crying. For the lamb
that will not hear you when it bars me. Will not answer her calf when it bleeds.
Tis very true.
This is the end of the charge. You, constable, are to present the prince's own person. If you meet him by night, you may stay him.
Nay, by Our Lady, I think you cannot.
5 shillings to want any man who knows his statutes. You may stay him. Married. Not without the prince be willing. For it is an offense to stay a man against his will. And the watch will offend no man.
By Our Lady, I think it be so.
Well, masters, good night. If there be any matter of weight chances, call up me. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own. And good night. Come, good neighbor. And
Well, masters, we hear our charge. Let us sit here upon the church bench till 2, and then all to bed.
one more word, honest neighbors! I pray you keep watch about Senor Leonato's door. There being a wedding tomorrow, there is a great toil tonight. But you, be vigilant. I beseech you.
What, Conrad? Beast or not? Conrad, I say, here, man. I am at thy elbow.
Mass, and my elbow aches. I thought there would a scab fall up.
I will owe thee an answer for that. And now forward with thy tale.
Come thee hither, under this penthouse, for it drizzles rain, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter all to thee.
Some treason, masters, yet stand close.
Know that I've earned of Lady Joan 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
Thou shouldst rather ask if it were possible that any villainy should be so rich. For when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I wonder at it.
Answer!
God bless you. Didst thou not hear somebody?
No, it was the vein on the house.
But know that I have tonight wooed Margaret, Lady Hero's waiting gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leans me out her lady's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night. I tell this tale by then. I should first tell thee how the prince and Claudio and my lady, planted and placed and possessed by my lady, saw far off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was hero?
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil, my lady, knew she was Margaret, and partly by her oaths which first possessed them, and partly by the dark night which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Lady Joan had made. Away went Claudio enraged, swore he would meet her tomorrow at the temple, and before the whole congregation, shame her at what he saw or night, and sent her home again without a husband.
We charge you, in the prince's name. Stand. Follow the right, Master Constable.
We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that ever was known. The Commonwealth.
Masters, masters, never speak. We charge you. Let us obey you to go with us.
We like to prove a goodly commodity being taken up of these men's bills.
A commodity in question, I warrant you. Come, we'll obey you.
Wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise.
I will, lady.
And bid her come up hither.
Well, troth, I think your other bravado were better.
No, pray thee, good May, I'll wear this.
By my troth, not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I like the tire within. Excellently, if the gown were a more rare fashion. In faith, I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown, that they praise so.
That exceeds, they say.
By my troth, but a nightgown in respect of yours. Cloth cut of gold and silver, set with pearls. Down sleeves and side sleeves and skirts are underboard by bluish tinsel. But for fine, quaint, and graceful, and most excellent fashion, yours is our 10 of it.
God give me joy to wear it, for my heart is exceedingly heavy.
Twill soon be heavier by the weight of a man.
Fie upon thee, art thou not ashamed?
Of what, lady? Of speaking honorably? Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? Is not thy lord honorable without marriage? I think you would have me say, saving your reverence, husband. And bad thinking does not rest true speaking. I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think, if it be the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise 'tis light, not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice else. Here she comes.
Good morrow, cuz. Good morrow, sweet hero. Why, how now? Do you speak in that sick tune? Out of all their tunes, methinks. 'Tis almost 5 o'clock. 'Tis time ye are ready. By my troth, I'm exceedingly ill. Hi-ho.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins them all.
Well, and you not be turned Turk. There's no more sailing by that star.
What means the fool, trow?
Nothing, I, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
By my troth, I'm exceedingly sick.
Get you some of that distilled Cardius Benedictus and lay it on your heart. It's the only thing for a quarrel.
There thou prickest her with the thistle.
Benedictus? Why, Benedictus, have you some moral in this Benedictus?
Moral? No. By my troth, I had no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance, I think you are in love. Nay, fair lady, I am not such a fool to think that I list what I list not. I can, nor indeed I cannot think. I would think my heart out of thinking that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. And yet, Benedict was such another, and now he has become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet, in despite of himself, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes, other women do.
What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallant.
Madam, withdraw. The prince, the count, Senior Benedict, Lady Joan, and all the gallants of the town have come to fetch you to church.
Maybe so.
What do you do, honest neighbors?
Marry, sir, I would have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Marry, this it is, sir.
Yes, in truth, it is, sir. What is it?
Good man, Burgess, sir, speaks a little off the matter. And old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt. As God help I would desire they were. But in faith, as honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living. That is an old man, and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous, neighbor Burgess.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but we are but the poor duke's officers. But for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my own heart to bestow it all of your worship.
All thy tediousness on me, eh?
Yea, for I hear as good exclamation on your worship as of any man in the city. And though I be but a poor man, I'm glad to hear it.
So am
I would fain know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, our watch tonight, expecting your worship's presence, had taken a couple of his errant knaves as enemy Messina.
Good old man, sir, he will be talking, as they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. God help us, it is a world to see. Well said, in faith, neighbor Burgess. And 2 men ride of a horse, 1 man must ride behind. Good boy. And on his soul he is, sir, by my troth, as ever broke bread. And God is to be worshipped. Not all men are alike. Alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor. He falls too short of you.
Gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
Oh, 1 word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed comprehended 2 conspicuous individuals, and we would have them examined before your worship this morning.
Take their examination yourself and bring it to me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be sub against.
Fare you well.
Go, good neighbor, go get you Francis Siegel. Bid her bring her inkhorn and pen to the jail, for we are to examination these men.
And we must do it wisely.
We shall spare no wit, I warrant you. Only get the learned writer to write down our excommunication and meet me at the jail.
And that's intermission.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief. Only to the plain form of marriage, and you shall recount their particular duties afterward.
You compare them, my lord, to marry this lady.
No. To be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count.
I do.
If either of you know any written impediment why you should not be conjoined, I charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Or what men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, not knowing what they do. Stand thee by, friar. Father, by your leave, do you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness.
Then take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold, how like a maid she blushes here. Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, you in your own proof have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
I know what you would say. If I had known her, you will say she did embrace me as a husband and so extenuate the forehand sin. But no, Leonato, I never tempted her with a word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on these seeming, I will write against it. Thou seemst to me as chaste as is the bud ere it be blown. You are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he does speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that I've gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, they are spoken, and these things are true.
True?
Leonato, stand I here. Is this a prince? Is this the prince's sister? Is this base heroes? Are our eyes our own?
All this is so, my lord, but what of it?
Let me move but one question to your daughter, and by that fatherly and kindly power that you hold in her, bid her answer truly.
I charge thee to do so, as thou art my child.
God defend me, how am I beset? What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer to your name.
Is it not hero? Who can love the name with any just reproach?
Marry that can hero. Hero itself can blot out hero's virtues. What man was he that talked with you yesternight out at your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now if you are a maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then are you no maiden? Leonato, I am sorry you must hear, upon mine honor, myself, my sister, and this grieved count did see her. Hear her at that hour last night talk with the ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie, they are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoke of. There is not chastity enough in language, without offense, to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
O hero, what a hero hadst thou been, if half thine outward graces have been placed about the thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure impiety and impious purity. For thee I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang. Turn all beauty into thoughts of harm, and never shall it be more gracious.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
What? How now, cousin? Wherefore sink you down?
Come, let us go. These things come thus to light, smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Hero! Hero!
O fate, take not away thy heavy hand from her. Death is the fairest cover for her shames that may be wished for.
How now, cousin?
Have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why, does not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is writ in her blood? Do not live, hero. Do not ope thine eyes, for thought I thou wouldst not die quickly. Thought I thy spirits were stronger than thy shames, myself would strike at thy life. But mine, and mine I loved, and mine I was proud on, and mine so much that I myself was to myself not mine valuing of her. She is fallen into a pit of ink, which the wide sea hath drops too few to wash clean again, and salt too little, which may season give her foul tainted flesh.
Sir, be patient. For my part, I am so attired in wonder I know not what to say.
On my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No. Truly not, but until last night I have been, this 12 months, been her bedfellow.
Confirmed. That is made stronger, which was before barred up with ribs of iron. Would the two princes lie and Claudio lie, who, speaking of her foulness, washed it with tears? Hence from her, let her die.
Hear me a little, for I have only silent been so long, and given way into this course of fortune by noting of the lady. I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start in her face, 1,000 innocent shames in angel whiteness beat away those blushes, and in her eye there hath appeared a fire to burn the errors that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool, trust not my readings nor my observations, which with experimental skill doth warrant the tenor of my book. Trust not my age, my reverence calling nor divinity, if this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some mighty error.
Friar, it cannot be. She not denies it. Why seekst thou to cover with excuse that which appears in proper nakedness?
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that do accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. Oh, my father, prove you that any man with me conversed at hours unmeet, or that I, yesternight, exchanged the change of words with any creature. Refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprision in these princes.
Two of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives with Joan the Bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
I know not. If they speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. But if they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it. Time hath not yet so dried this blood of mine, nor any so ate up my invention, but they shall find awakened in such a kind both strength of limb and policy of mind to quit me of them throughly.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the prince is left for dead. Let her be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation that appertain unto a burial.
What of this? What will this do?
Mary, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. That is some good, but on this travail look for greater birth. She dying, as it so must be maintained upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer. So will it fare with Claudio, when he shall hear that she died upon his words. Then shall he mourn, and wish he had not so accused her. Let this be so, and doubt not but success will fashion the event in better shape than I can lay it down in likelihood. And if sort not well, you may conceal her in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonato, let the friar advise you, and though you know my inwardness in love is very much unto the prince and Claudio, By my honor, I shall deal with this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away. Come, lady, die to live. Your wedding day perhaps is but prolonged, but our patience has endured.
Sweet Beatrice, have you wept here all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I do not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wrong.
Ah, how much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such a friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is that not strange?
As strange as a thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say that I love nothing so well as you. But believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I'm sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make an edict that says I love you not.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it, I protest. I love thee.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest. I loved you.
And do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart there's none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me tonight. Fare ye well.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone. Although I am here. Nay, there's still love in you. I pray let me go.
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends first.
You dare. Easier to be friends with me than fight my enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain that has scorned, slandered, dishonored my kinswoman? Oh, that I were a man. What? Take her in hand until they come to take hands? And then, with public accusation, uncovered rancor, unmitigated rancor, oh, that I were a man. I would eat his heart in the marketplace.
Hear me, Beatrice.
Talk of a man had a window. A very proper saying.
Nay, but Beatrice.
Sweet hero, she is wronged. She is slandered. She's undone.
Beatrice.
Princes and counties. Surely a prince's testimony. A goodly count, confect. A sweet, gallant surely. Oh, that I were a man for his sake. Or that any friend who would be a man for mine. But his manhood melted into courtesy, valor into compliment. And are all men turned to tongues, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules, that tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, so I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, sweet Beatrice, by this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Claudio hath wronged hero?
Yea, so much as I have thought or soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand, and so I leave you. And by this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go, comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. And so farewell.
Is our whole assembly appeared?
Must be the malefactors.
Mary, that am I, and my partner.
Nay, that is certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Yea, Mary, let them come before me. What is your name?
Horatio.
Pray, write down Horatio. And yours, Sirrah.
I am a gentleman, sir, and my name is Conrad.
Pray, write down Master Gentleman Conrad. Masters, do you serve God?
Yes, sir.
We hope.
Write down that they hope they serve God. Write God first, for God defend, but God should go before such villains. Masters, it is proved already you are little better than false knaves, and it shall go to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Very, sir. We say we are none.
A marvelous witty fellow, I assure you, but I will go about with him. Come you, sir! A word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, it is thought you are false knaves.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Well, stand aside! My God, they're both in a tale. Have you written down that they're none?
Master Constable. You go not the way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Yea, Mary, that is the eftest way. Let the watch come forth. Masters, I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Lady Joan, the prince's sister, is a villain.
Write down Lady Joan a villain. Why, that is flat perjury to call the prince's sister a villain.
That's cool.
Pray, fellow peace. I do not like thy look. I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Lady Joan for accusing the Lady Hero wrongfully.
That burglary as ever was committed. By mass it is!
What else, fellow?
And that Count Claudio did mean upon his words to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly and not marry her?
Oh, villain, thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
This is all.
And this is more, masters, than you can deny. Lady Joan is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief suddenly died. Master Constable,
be bound and brought. Leonato, I will go before and show him their examination.
Come, let them be opinion.
Let them be in the hands of Coxcomb.
Go to my life. Where's the sexton? Let her write down the prince's officer. Coxcomb. Come, find them. Thou naughty varlet.
Away! You are an ass. You are an ass!
Dost thou not suspect my place?
Dost thou not suspect my place? Dost thou not suspect my years?
Oh, that you are here to write me down! Forget not that I am an ass. Don't be not write it down. Remember that I am an ass. So, villain, thou art filled with piety, and shall go be spoken upon thee by good witness. For I am a wise fellow, and which is more, and an officer, and which is more, a householder, and which is more. As pretty a piece of flesh as any man may see them. And one who knows the law, go to! And a rich fellow enough, go to! And a fellow that hath losses. And one that hath 2 gowns. And everything handsome about him. Oh, that I had been written down. That I...
If you go on thus, you will kill yourself.
I pray thee, cease thy counsel, which falls into mine ears as profitless as water in a sieve. Let no comforter delight mine ear, but such a one whose wrongs do suit with mine. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of her is overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience. But there is no such man. For brother, men can counsel and speak comfort to that grief which they themselves not feel, but tasting it, their counsel turns to passion. No, 'tis all men's office to speak patience to those that wring under the load of sorrow, but no man's virtue nor sufficiency to be so moral when he shall endure the like himself. Give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Therein do men from children nothing differ.
I pray thee peace. I will be flesh and blood, for there was never yet philosopher that could bear the toothache patiently. However, they have writ the style of gods and made a push at chance and sufferance.
Yet bend not all the harm upon yourself. Make those that do offend you suffer too.
There thou speakst to reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me Hero is beloved. Thus shall Claudio know, so shall the prince and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Here comes the prince and Claudio, hastily.
Good evening, good evening.
Good day to both of you. Hear you, my lord.
We have some haste, Leonato.
Some haste, my lord. Well, fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him? Marry, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler. Thou! Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy sword. I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand. If it should give your age cause to fear, in faith my hand meant nothing to my soul.
Tush, tush, man. Never fleer and jest at me. I speak not as a dotard or a fool, as under privilege of age to brag what I have done being young, or what would do were I not old. No, Claudio, thou hast so wronged mine innocent child and me, that I am forced to lay my reverence by, and with gray hairs do challenge thee to trial of a man. I say thou hast belied my innocent child. If thy slanders have gone through and through her heart, she lies buried with her ancestors, framed by thy villainy. My villainy? Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
You say not right, old
man. My lord, I'll prove it on his body if he dare. Despite his nice fence and his active practice, his May of youth and bloom of lustihood.
Away! I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daff me, boy? Thou hast killed mine innocent child. If thou killst me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill two of us, and men indeed, but that's no matter. Let him kill one first. Come, sir boy, come, follow me, boy. Sir boy, I'll whip you from your forty face. Nay, the gentleman I will. Brother, God knows I love my niece, and she is dead. Slander to death by villains, boys, apes, braggarts, jacks, milksops!
Gentlemen both, my heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor, she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof.
My lord,
I will not hear you.
No! Come, brother, away. I will be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
See, here comes the man we went to seek.
Now, signor, what news?
Good day, my lord. Welcome, signor. You are almost come to part almost a fray.
We'd like to have our two noses snapped off with two old men without teeth.
Leonardo and his brother, what thinkest thou?
In false quarrel, there is no true valor. I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain to have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
Dost thou wear thy wit by thy side? As I am an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry?
What courage, man? What though care killed the cat? Thou hast metal in thee enough to kill care.
Sir, I shall meet your wit in the career and you charged against me. I pray you, choose another subject.
Nay, then get him another stack. This last was broke across.
By this light, he changes more and more. I think he be angry indeed.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
You are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall fall heavy upon you. Let me hear from you.
Well, then I will meet you, so I may have good cheer.
What? A feast? A feast?
In faith, I thank him. He hath bid me to a calf's head and a cabin, the which if I do not carve most curiously, say my knife's not. Shall I not find a woodcock too?
Sir, your wit ambles well. It goes easily.
I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day. I said thou hadst a fine wit. True, said she, a fine little one. No, said I, a great wit. Right, says she, a great gross one. Nay, said I, he hath the tongues. That I believe, said she, for he swore a thing to me on Monday night which he forswore on Tuesday morning. There's a double tongue. There's two tongues. Thus did she an hour together translate thy particular virtues. Yet, at last, she concluded with a sigh, "Thou wast the properest man in Italy."
For the which she wept most heartily, and said she cared not.
Yea, that she did. But yet for all that, and if she did not hate him deadly, she would love him dearly. The old man's daughter told us all.
All. And moreover, God saw him when he hid himself in the garden.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, and the text underneath. Here dwells Benedict, the married man.
Fare you well, boy. You know my mind. I will leave you now to your gossip-like humor. You brave jests as braggarts do their blades, which God be thanked, hurt not. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. I must discontinue your company. Your sister, the bastard, is this day fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
He is in earnest.
In most profound earnest. And I'll warrant you for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee?
Most sincerely.
What a pretty thing man is when he goes in his doublet and hose, and leaves off his wit. But soft you, let me be. Pluck up my heart and be sad. Did he not say my sister was fled?
Come you, sir! If justice cannot tame you, she shall ne'er weigh more balance in her wits. Nay, and you, be cursed hypocrite, once you must be looked to!
How now? 2 of my sister's men bound, Barocchio 1.
Hearken after their offense, my lord.
Officers, what offense have these men done?
Very, sir. They have committed false reports. Moreover, they have spoken untruths. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Sixth, and lastly, they have allowed a lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying knaves.
First, I ask thee what they have done. Thirdly, I ask thee what's their offense. Sixth and lastly, why they are committed. And to conclude, what lay you to their charge?
Right be reasoned, and in his own division.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, let me go no farther to mine answer. Do you hear me? And let this count kill me. I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light. Who in the night overheard me confessing to this man how Lady Joan, your sister, incensed me to slander the good Lady Hero. How you were brought into orchard and saw me court Margaret in hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record should rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The good lady is dead upon mine and my lady's false accusation, and briefly, I desire nothing but the reward of the villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drank poison while he uttered it.
But did my sister set thee onto this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
She is composed and framed of treachery, and fled she is upon this villainy.
Sweet hero, thy image now doth appear in that rare semblance that I loved at first.
Come, bring away the plaintiffs. Our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter. And, masters, do not forget to specify when time and place should serve that I am ass.
Here comes Master Signor Leonato, and the sexton too.
Which is the villain? Let me see his eyes, that when I note another like him, I may avoid him. Which of these is he?
If you would know you're wrong, or look on me.
Art thou the slave who with thy breath hast killed my innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand two honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank thee, princes, for my daughter's death. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it. Mark it with your high and worthy deeds.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. But sinned not I, but a mistake.
By my soul, nor I. Yet, to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any heavy weight that he'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you possess the people in Messina here, how innocent she died. And if your love can labor aught in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be as my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost the copy of my child who's dead. She alone is heir to both of us. Come you tomorrow, and give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
O noble sir, your kindness doth bring tears from me. I do embrace your offer, and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudia.
Until tomorrow morning then, my lords, tonight I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought with Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your sister.
No, by my soul, Margaret was not, but had always been just and virtuous in anything that I know by her.
Moreover, sir, which is not under black nor white. This plaintiff, the offender, did call me an ass. I beseech you, let that be remembered in his punishment.
I thank thee for thy care and honest pains.
Your worship speaks like a most useful and reverent thing. And I thank God for you. God save the foundation.
There's go. I discharge thee of thy prisoner, and I thank thee.
I leave an errant knave in your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct for the example of others. God keep your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you to health. And I give you leave to depart. And if a merry meeting may be wished, God prohibit it. Come, neighbor.
We wish you!
Until tomorrow then, my lords, farewell.
We will not fail you.
Tonight I will mourn with Hero.
Bring you these fellows on. We'll talk with Margaret how our acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow.
I pray thee, sweet Miss Margaret, deserve well at my hands for helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In high style, Margaret. And so I pray thee, call Beatrice.
Baby.
God of love that sits above and knows me how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving. Leander, Troilus, and a whole book full of these carpet-mongers were never so turned over and over as my poor self in love. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I have tried. I can find no rhyme for lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme for scorn. Horn? It is a hard rhyme for school. Fool. A babbling rhyme. Very ominous endings. No, I was not born under the rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I call thee?
Yea, senor, and leave when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. Yet, ere I go, let me go with that which I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore I will depart, unkissed.
Thou hast frightened the word out of its right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And now tell me, I pray you, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they would not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love. A good epithet. I do suffer love, for I love thee against my will.
Against your heart, I think, poor fool. If you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours. For truly I cannot love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill, too.
Serve God, love me, and men. There will I leave you, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, you must come to your uncle's house. It is proved that my lady hero has been falsely accused. The prince and Claudio mightily abused. And Lady Joan is the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Will you go through this news, senor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So are the prince and Claudio, who accused her upon the error you heard debated. But Margaret was in some fault for all this, although against her will, as it appears in the true course of all the question.
Well, I am glad that all things sort so well.
As am I, being else by faith enforced to call young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter, and you gentlewomen all, Withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for thee, come hither mat. The prince and Claudio promised by this time to meet with me. Brother, you know your office. You must play father to your brother's daughter, and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, Senor?
To bind me or undo me, one of them. Truth it is, good Senor, that your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
That I my daughter lent her, 'tis very true.
And I do, with an eye of love, requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from the prince and Claudio. But what's your goodwill?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical, but for my will is your goodwill, may stand with ours this day to be conjoined in a state of honorable marriage, in which, friar, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the prince and Claudio. Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Call her forth, brother. Here's the friar ready.
Good morrow, Benedict.
Here come other reckonings. Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This same is she, and I do give you her.
Why then, she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
No, that you shall not, till you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand before this holy friar. Lady, I am your husband, if you like me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero.
Nothing certainer. One hero died to file, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero! Hero that is dead!
She died, my lord, but whiles her slanders lived.
All this amazement can I qualify, when after that the holy rites are ended. I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us present my hand.
Then soft and fair, friar, which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do you not love me?
Why, no. No much reason.
Why then your uncle, the prince and Claudio have been deceived, for they did swear you did.
Do not you love me?
No. No more than reason.
Why then, my cousin Ursula and Margaret are much deceived, for they swear you did.
They swore that you were almost sick for me.
They swear you're well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me.
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin, I am sure you love the gentleman.
Nay, I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's a paper written in his hand. A halting sonnet of his own pure brain. Fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written in my cousin's hand, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle! Here, in our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you, but by this good day I yield to great persuasion. Partly to save your life, for I was told you're in a consumption.
Peace.
How dost thou, Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell thee what, Prince. A college of witcrackers gonna flout me out of my humor. Dost thou think I care for a satire or an epigram? No. Since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to what the world can say against it, and therefore, never flattered me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing. This is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin. Come, come, we are friends. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
Your sister Joan is ta'en in flight and brought with armed men back to Messina.
Think not of her till tomorrow. I'll devise the grave punishments for her. Strike up, pipers!
Well, thank you for coming, just in time. Let's pray. Father in heaven, thank you for your blessings upon this run of what you do. Thank you for tonight's performance. Thank you for these young people, their hard work and faith. Thank you for a good audience. Pray that you'll see us all home safely tonight into your house to worship you tomorrow. We thank you in Jesus' name. And everyone said? Amen. And our cast is out there to reach you. Thank you.